What's up, everybody? It's All Real here for another ADSplay uploading schedule for the week of June or July. Excuse me, we've been out of June. July 6th, 2014, and don't really have much to talk about in terms of gameplay. It's more so of like an update of things that and plans that I had last week. A few videos that I didn't get a chance to upload, and just to explain my intentions with this channel going forward, man. Because things have been relatively slow ever since plans didn't happen the way that I planned them to in June, and that really fucked up a lot of the things that I had for this channel. I mean, I was planning on doing direct capture, like pretty much before the end of this month. That didn't fall through. Planning on catching up on all the games, so that way in July, during all the downtime, like 4 or 5 weeks, there's not going to be anything for like the 4 weeks in July and like the 1 week in August. That would have been perfect. This would have been perfect opportunity for me to catch up on everything um, I had missed in previous months. I mean, like, it was really just a lot of you know roadblocks, or I should say some temporary roadblocks that put me on setback. That really put a lot of those plans on setback. And I want to talk to you guys about that, because last week I spoke on a lot of options that I had. A couple of those options I tried to do but failed, but I'm diving into that final option, which I didn't want to, but I'll get into that. As well as some new gameplay, like I'm not going to leave you guys without nothing or anything. And as well as some new things in regards to Yu-Gi-Oh! 101, and some apologies I need to make uh, for some things that didn't happen with Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 last week. So first off, I would just like to say, understand how I feel when I do what I do on this channel. My mind is so out of tune with what day it is. Is like the only thing I know is that it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday, or Sunday. I don't even recognize the fact that this is like the first, the second, the fourth, or the fifth, or whatever. Like for whatever reason, like I'm just so focused on getting this gameplay out and doing the videos that my mind just doesn't register that it's like these holidays coming up. Not unless it's like Thanksgiving or Christmas, and even then, like my mind is just like, to me, like the 4th of July was really just another day on in the week for me, and I didn't think about it of doing anything ahead of time, or like I didn't have a mind to, because to me it's really just another day on the calendar for me. Like I didn't really make any plans ahead of time to do anything special or anything like that, because I didn't recognize that this was the 4th of July. You know what I mean? Like time just flew by for me like that, and you know I had family members that wanted me to come over there and visit them, and I didn't even have any plans to do that. So I ended up missing out on doing Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 Fan Day this past Friday. Because of that, I tried to reschedule for Saturday. That didn't work because I basically fell asleep till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and by that time it was already 2 hours past. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I missed out. Screw it. And I didn't mean to do that to you guys. It's just that, man, I'm so busy. Some days I don't know if there's like something special coming up in the week. And I guess I'm gonna have to get me like one of those yearly planners for me to look at on the wall, for me to look to my left and like eyeball. That way, anytime I go to bed, like I have no choice but to look directly at that wall and see, you know, what's going to be happening for the that week. So that way I can be much better prepared than than before, or pretty much than I am now. So that's something I'm gonna have to work on. So I do apologize for anything that I missed. There's a couple of videos that I haven't uploaded yet, but I'm gonna get to that as the video goes on. Now, last week I spoke on me possibly getting a job, and I said that this, YouTube gig, it's doing just enough for me to pay the bills, but it's not doing enough for me to invest into the business. You know what I mean? Because I still want to. I still have like a lot to do. I want to, you know, get this name registered as a trademark. I want to, you know, buy new systems, catch up on the games that I missed, buy some direct capture hardware, etc., etc. I need these new technological advances and well, technological advances, but I need these new upgrades and things like that because I'm using pretty much an outdated method to record gameplay footage, and at the moment, that's all I have. And I'm trying again. Like I said, I plan on doing all this toward the end of June. Unfortunately, life took over, you know, and I wasn't able to get those plans, out there. Shit got canceled, and I had to push plans back to 2 weeks, 2 months, I should say. So it was supposed to happen in June, but because of the things that happened in my personal life, I had to push those plans back to August, which fucking sucks. And you guys can hear it in my voice last week. I was just drained. It was just like one reoccurring nightmare after another, man. It was just something I did not want to happen. I was so confident all the way up until that point that I was going to be able to do that. I was enthusiastic. I was happy. I was like, man, finally this shit is going to happen for me. And then all of a sudden, boom, a roadblock. So I guess on a positive note, it wouldn't be a life lesson if I didn't have a couple of those, right? A couple of those roadblocks. But yeah, again, I do apologize. It was like the situation was out of my control. I couldn't do anything. So the reason why I'm getting this job is because, well, first off, I have to just say this. When I first got, or when I left, back when I was living in Louisiana, I was having, or I had, well, I had started working at this restaurant, and at the restaurant I was a dishwasher, right? And I had to carry like huge stacks of plates to like the chefs, and I had to um, stack the plates up on the shelves and things like that. And the problem and that I was having when I was working at that job is that I was starting to develop some lower back problems because I was carrying like literally heavy loads of plates back and forth. And I even tried to reduce my load. I even tried to put ice on my back to try to nullify the pain, or not nullify, but to try to dull the pain. And it worked, but eventually that didn't work anymore, and eventually I had to quit the job. So those back problems still affect me to this day, even though it's not on a daily basis like it was when I was working at that job, to where I need to do little things to, take pain reliever pills or anything like that. Like it was never that dire. Plus, I don't like taking medication anyway, so I guess that's a good thing. But I pretty much end up in a position some days, like my lower back is basically just like Russian roulette. Like some days, I wake up, it's fine, and rarely I wake up and like my back is just killing me to where I can't move. It's rare, but it does happen. And I didn't want to have a 9 to 5, you know, job if that was going to be a case, because I probably had to go in. My lower back is fucking with me, you know, and I didn't want to, have to go to work being on my feet with a lower back, that's fucked up like that. So I kind of swallowed my pride, and I was like, you know what, my back hasn't been hurting me for long. Maybe it won't be that much of an issue, considering that the job I'm trying to get, I will be, so like sitting down, so that might not be a problem. Um, so like I won't have to be on my feet as much as I have been in like my past occupations. So that's good. And plus it's part time, because I don't need a full time job. I just need something to help me buy games and things like that. So as long as I'm bringing home, I would say at least 400 every 2 weeks. because if I'm not mistaken, like the minimum wage is higher out here in California than it is in Louisiana. I think in Louisiana it's like 7.50, and out here in California I think it's like $10, right? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, as long as I'm bringing home at least like 400 every 2 weeks, like I can speed up all the plans that I had in June. I can speed those up by a month, and we could really start to see a lot of changes in this channel a lot sooner than August, and that's something that I think everybody can look forward to. Myself, the viewers, I can increase the quality. I can finally move on to direct capture. Move on to today's standard of recording gameplay. No longer will I have to deal with this auto-focusing digital camera that doesn't know whether or not it wants to, have a clear picture or a blurry one. It would be a huge relief off my shoulders if I can get that direct capture hardware. And to people out there that have asked me, no, I do not take donations. I have a guilty conscience. Well, I don't think guilty conscience is the right choice of words, but I wouldn't feel right taking your money when you could use that money for yourself. You know what I mean? Of course, the money is going to, if I were to do that, the money would go towards investing into, new hardware to improve the quality of the videos and buying video games and what have you. But I feel like if you give me like $5, that could be $5 that you could have put towards your light bill. And before it was like the cool thing to do, not to act like a hipster, you know, before it was the cool thing to say, hey, I don't want your money and this thing and that. I don't want donations and all that. Beforehand, it was a time on YouTube where everybody was asking for fucking donations. It seemed like. And you guys can check back to my earliest videos. I mean, all the way up to my earliest videos. And watch them all the way up until now. Never will you find a video of me saying that I wanted your donations. I've never been that way. Never. And to this day, I still hold that true to my heart. It's just something in me that just will not allow you guys to give me money. Like, I just won't take it. Like, I'd rather work, and earn my money. And, like, I don't know, like, it's just something in me that just won't allow me to accept any type of donations from people knowing that they could use that money for themselves. You want to pay me, just watch the content. That's all you can do. That's how I make my money on YouTube. That's what you can do to, make sure that I get paid. Just watch the content that I provide for you guys, and together we can get to the point where we can start seeing more consistent gameplays of new games and things like that, and I won't have to try to find filler content each and every week. And but well, with that being said, I have a few job interviews coming. I think I have like, let's see, one, two, three, four. I have 4 job interviews tomorrow on Monday. So hopefully something positive can happen with that. And of course I'll update you guys um, as to how that goes. I've been filling out applications like crazy this past week. Like, I'm really focused on trying to get these plans out of, put these plans into action, buying the hardware and catching up on the games that I need to catch up on for the sake of the business, and buy a trademark for my name. Uh, do all these things that are necessary for me to turn this into a legit business. So, yeah. So fingers crossed. Wish me luck. So now we can move on to the gameplay. This past week, I played some Ultra Street Fighter 4 for July 4th. When I realized it was the 4th, I was like, nah, man, I gotta do something special. So I did say I was gonna play Ultra Street Fighter 4 this past week, and I decided to, get my hands dirty in some Ultra Street Fighter 4, and did an Ultra Street Fighter 4 July 4th beatdown series of matches. And, I uploaded, I think 12 or 13 of those videos this past week. So you guys can check out those. Of course, I'm going to upload the rest of those at a later date. Probably later on tomorrow. sometime tomorrow after I get back home. And yeah. Also, I didn't get a chance to play Tekken Revolution like the way I want to. People seem to enjoy my Tekken Revolution videos, and I did intend to play some Tekken Revolution last week, but I just couldn't get to it. Um, Amongst everything else I had, like Tekken Revolution just slipped my mind. But this week, I will be playing Tekken Revolution. So, to all the people that was wondering where that footage went, yeah, it's coming. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it for as far as like the gameplay. So, I had also wanted to do some more Infinite Crisis this week. Um, yeah, like we'll see how that goes. Because sometimes I play Infinite Crisis and like the matches are so laggy and so terrible that I just don't want to deal with it. But what I'm saying, like, we'll see. Supposedly, like they fixed it to where I won't have to worry about those problems, and I won't have to worry about keeping my laptop cool in order for it to operate properly. But what I'm saying, like we'll see. So Infinite Crisis, Tekken Revolution, and the rest of Ultra Street Fighter 4 videos that I have to upload this week. So that's it for A-DSplay. Like it's going to be like a short list. Like I said, I'm working to try to give you guys something. I don't want to just leave this channel empty. Now, as you guys know, I do both gameplays and Yu-Gi-Oh related videos on this channel. So I have to cater to two different crowds, and I don't want to just leave one hanging and just dominate with just one. So you guys are getting something this week until I'm in a better position where I can provide new gameplays, you know, on a consistent basis, which hopefully will be soon if I can land a job here. Um, yeah, so just keep your fingers crossed and hope that these interviews go well. So with that being said, moving on to Yu-Gi-Oh! 101, it was a few videos that I wanted to do this past week that I didn't get a chance to do. One of which was I was doing a video explaining how to go about helping newcomers. More times than none, I come across people who were misinformed or who are new to the game that have been misinformed by players who have played the game for like 1 or 2 years or so. And instead of teaching them properly how to go about playing the game, what they do is they just hand them an advanced build and they just tell them, here, like, why don't you just go play that? Like, they don't take the time out to actually teach people the way to go about playing the game properly. And you know they they just give them an advanced deck. They teach them how to play that advanced build, and then they just leave it at that. Like, they don't teach them about normal summons, special summons, card draws, spell speeds, all the necessary things and all the basics that a person should learn in the game. Like, they don't take the time out to teach people that. So, or the newcomers that. So, I had planned on doing a video this past week, and it was going to be a tips video of me explaining how to go about helping newcomers. And also, I had a build that I give the newcomers that ask me for help, and it's just like a basic build just for them to pretty much to get them up to speed with today's era of Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not too advanced. Like, it's basic enough, but just good enough to where they can learn what they need to learn. And the basics of everything in the game. So that video actually took me longer to do because I don't plan on that video being short. It might end up becoming short, but I don't plan on it being short. So the way I wanted to go about making the video is I wanted to have like a session with someone that can help me demonstrate how to play the game properly. But of course, I don't know anybody that can do that. So that's out the window. But I'm trying to do something. but the video it's actually taking me longer than I had expected to take with it. So that video it is coming this week, early this week. So you guys can look out for that. Also this week is a new retro modernization video, of course, and I'm not going to say what the build is yet, but it's going to be one of those builds surrounded by a series of monsters that never really gotten their fair shake. It was like they were like a quick flash in the pan, and they just got forgotten about. And I made them. And it's not that they're a difficult build or like a difficult archetype to make a build with. It was just more so that people just don't mess with them anymore. And of course, that made for a perfect retro modernization. I take the original concept and the original ideas, and I just reinvent them for today's era of Yu-Gi-Oh! So of course, you guys got a new retro modernization coming up this week. Also, I'm doing an archetype review, the first one I've done in quite some time, of the Yang Zing. They are an archetype that pretty much interests the hell out of me. Like I have like a great deal of interest in that archetype, and it's not necessarily what they do; it's how they do it. And this is right, and this right here is what caught my attention to make me want to do this archetype review. So that's coming this week as well. Also, I'm just throwing it out there. Depending on what happens with this job search, I may or may not be able to do a Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 fan day this week. Because if I get hired on the spot, what I'm saying, like who knows? I may go in there, I may impress them so well that they just want to hire me and immediately and have me work like the next day. So it's no guarantee that I'll be able to do Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 fan day this week. And of course, I will be informing you guys on my Twitter, on my Facebook fan page. Please, please follow those pages. One day, hopefully, I'll be able to get like some technology to where I'll be able to do like a website to where there can be like a single hub to where you guys can see all of that information at once, and I won't have to, go about having you go look at my Twitter and my Facebook fan page in order to get the information. You can just go to this one place and get all that. And hopefully I'll be able to do that before the end of this year, but it is what it is. Um, I want to be able to do something like that, but until then, please follow the Twitter, please follow the Facebook fan page to get that information, as well as many other daily updates in regards to what's going on with the channel, the games that I'll be playing for that day, etc., etc. And also, there will be some new card reviews coming up this week, I'm pretty sure. I did quite a few last week, and I wouldn't be surprised if they confirm some new cards for the booster packs that I have bookmarked. The Booster SP Raising Masters and the new Challengers. I'm looking forward to those. So, with that being said, just to give you guys a quick recap of everything that's happening this week. On the ADSPLAY agenda, I have Tekken Revolution coming, Ultra Street Fighter 4. I have to upload the rest of those videos, and I also have Infinite Crisis. And on the Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 side of things, I have the Yang Zing archetype review coming. I have a new retro modernization video coming. Some more card reviews. A tips video on how to help newcomers, and this will be for newcomers as well as people who want to be helpful but just don't know how to go about doing it, and as well as a possible, like, this week's Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 fan day will be a toss-up depending on how this job search goes. So again, cross your fingers, wish me luck, and just wish for me the best, because I need for this to happen. And if I get this job, if I land a job, obviously, things are going to be somewhat slower. And I do mean somewhat slower, not really. Just depending on how many hours they have me working, because I can put in, what hours I would like to work, but it's going to be up to them really to decide that. I don't even know why they even bother to ask you what hours are you available, you know, you know. But I just told them I was just open for any hours of the day and night. So hopefully I can work a day shift because that's really going to work better in my favor. Because I am still taking online classes. Um, I am still working towards my bachelor's degree, and it'll be nice if I can just, you know, work a morning shift and come back home in the afternoon and just finish up everything that I have to do. It'll be nice if I can do that. So hopefully I'll be able to land like a day shift or a morning shift, so I won't have to worry about coming home or like waking up early in the morning and try to get all this stuff done, then have to worry about going to work in the afternoon because that sucks. So so yeah, man. So link to this car. What the hell am I saying? This ain't a card review. But yeah, man, that's everything. So hope you guys are prepared for this week. I will do my best to keep you guys entertained. Again, wish me luck for these jobs, these job interviews, and hopefully I'll be able to land something. And I will update you guys on my Twitter or Facebook fan page or my next uploading schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever comes first. If I end up landing a job on a day where I have to do an ADSPLAY uploading schedule, then I'll just update you guys on that. And unless it's that, I'll update you guys on Twitter or Facebook. So keep your eye out on that. So thanks for watching. Peace. And I will see you guys next week for another. Well, I will see you guys this week for gameplay.